Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Hey, how you doing today? I am live pretty much everywhere. And yeah, I wanted to come to you all live today to talk about why you should create offers that attract the best, right? So I am live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Hey. I only have a few short minutes with you all, but I wanted to come and talk to you all, right? So I'm going to introduce myself and then we're going to jump into it. My name is Audria Richmond. I am a marketing and launch strategist. I work directly with my clients to teach them how to build uncloned brands and launch profitable marketing campaigns. I'm also the creator of the UnCloned Mastermind, and I'm the author of multiple books to include my most recent book, UnCloned Marketing. So today I want to talk about why you should create offers that attract the best. And I want to speak to two sides of this because I feel like how many of you all have like clients that like you love, like love. They show up for themselves. They invest in themselves. They do what you tell them to do. They're like perfect, right? And honestly, there's no perfect people, but you get what I mean, right? Like you love working with them. You enjoy coaching them. You enjoy consulting them. And that's what I'm talking about when I say this, right? So one of the things that I noticed this weekend was that it was perfect that we decided to just completely change up our business model, right? So we recently changed up our business model. Let me take a sip of water. Hey, I know we got some new people who probably don't know who I am, so hopefully you're gonna enjoy today's content. But we recently changed and revamped our entire business model. And essentially, we were selling, the uncloned marketing systems, and we had like just a lot of different ways that you can work with us. And there's two offers that I have created, actually three offers that I have created that has allowed me to attract, like, I'm not going to say three. I'm just going to talk about the container, maybe four offers. And the reason I'm speaking to this because I have always attracted my best clients with these types of offers, right? And the type of offer I'm talking about is an offer where there's a continuum, right? An offer where there's a continuum. So what does that mean? I have done the UnCloned Marketing membership. We have done UnCloned Tribe. Great offers because you get to work with people long term. We have the UnCloned Mastermind that we've been running for almost 3 years. Love it because it's a continuum, right? We are now introducing 2 new tiers to the mastermind. So now there will be 3 tiers of the UnCloned Mastermind. We're currently accepting applications. So if you all are interested, you can head over to unclonedmastermind.com. All right. But the reason I like offers where you can continue to work with people is because people cannot be changed in short containers. Like I can get someone a win in a short time. But if you want to stick with a client for a long term and like help them see them through their evolution and their elevation, you have to work with them long term. And I have done short-term offers and they work. We have done accelerators where we work with a client for 4 weeks and we get them a result and it works. But the clients who stick with us beyond those short containers, they're killing it, right? They're killing it. They get the support that they need all the time. They get they just served at the highest level. And the reason that I like these types of containers more than short containers is because you attract people who are not looking for an emergency fix. Does that make sense? Just put yes in the chat if that makes sense. Oftentimes you meet people who want to show me how to make $1 million in a weekend. Show me how to do something like very, very fast. And when you think about building a business, it takes time. You know what I mean? Like building a business takes time. Helping someone break through a mental mindset block takes time. So why would you create something that's so fast and you kind of half-ass serving people? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Because at this point in time in my career, I only want to work with the best. And what does that mean? Best doesn't mean you killing it, you a millionaire, you're a multi six-figure earner. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say I want to work with the best, I'm talking about taking someone who has potential and like cultivating them into like helping them cultivate their pre-existing brilliance. Because let's be clear, I'm not giving you brilliance. You're already brilliant. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So I'm at this stage in my career where if you're going to work with me, we're going to work together because you want to be cultivated into the highest level, highest version of yourself, right? And that cannot happen in 1 week, in 1 day, in 4 weeks. It happens over years, right? So I'm going to take another sip of water. I'm gonna take another sip of water. So let me explain what I'm saying. Stop creating offers where you cannot serve your client at a high level. Because I did something that I think a lot of us try to do, and I'm gonna speak to it right now. How many of you all have been trying to create accessibility offers? Like you've been trying to like make yourself more accessible to the masses, right? You've been trying to like have very affordable offers. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm going to create this thing because I just want to help the people. That was me. I was caught up in this loop of helping the people because I used to be the people. And what do I mean the people? I'm talking about, not being able to pay bills, not being able to pay rent, not being able to do fine dining and cool things for myself, right? Those types of things, right? And what happens when you try to help the people, you are an elevated version of who you used to be. Ooh, I hope y'all get what I'm saying. You are now an elevated version of who you used to be. And when you go back to help the people, they haven't done the same work as you. They're not reading the books. They're not investing. They're not taking the courses. They're not attending the events. They're not learning. They're not becoming obsessed with being better, right? When you try to go back and help the people, you are essentially trying to bring people to like where you are. And if they don't have the capacity or the desire to learn and do what's required, you're going to overwork yourself with those people. Y'all get what I'm saying? You're going to overwork yourself. Like, for instance, some of my best community members, clients, community people, people that I love are people who have read my books, right? I love those people because they're showing me that they're ready for change. And that's what I mean. If you're going to help the people, you have to go and help the people who are showcasing that they're ready for change. You get what I'm saying? See, it be people who DM me and they say, how do I launch a marketing campaign? Well, have you read this book? Oh, no. I don't have the book yet. Can't you just tell me? Can't you just tell me, sis? Like, I don't have time to read that. Just tell me. I don't got time to serve your ass. How about that? Like, that's where I am with it. That's where I am with it. That's where I am with it. Like, if you don't have time to read a book, I can't help you. I can't help you. If you don't have time to watch a course, if you ain't got time to watch my free shit, I don't even want you in my paid shit. I'm just being 100. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm at that place because I'm working with clients now that I've been working with for 3 years, and every year, just like smoked good barbecue, they keep getting better and better and better and better and better with time, right? And you cannot do that with someone who don't make time for their next level. So if you can't read a book, if you can't listen to a podcast, if you can't invest in a course, if you can't invest in an event, all the things that I did to get to where I am right now, if you can't do that basic shit, you're not going to win. And there's a lot of people who are taking your money and not being 100 with you, right? They're just not. Ask my clients whenever they come and say, hey, Audria, can you tell me about this? And whatnot? And I always ask them, you can ask my clients, we joke about it because they know how I get down. I will always ask them, did you go watch the video? Well, I'm yeah, I'm finna go do that now. Like, they know, they respect me enough to know that I need to go watch the video. They respect me enough to know that, like, you know what? You did give this to me. Let me make time to go watch this so I can get my shit together. They have respect my time. See, the people who don't pay me, the people who are not in my containers, they have no problem DMing me every other day, asking me a question that will be asked if they was in the mastermind. They have no problem they have no problem reading the book, asking me stuff that I already answered in the book. They have no problem. Why? Because they don't respect themselves. So how the fuck they supposed to respect you? You get what I'm saying? See, people always say, like, oh, people are disrespecting me. They're always in my DMs. They're always asking me a million questions. You all don't have a process for making people respect you. When people DM me and they say, hey, how do I learn XYZ? I always give them the play. The play is read the books. That's step one. That's step one. If you don't have time to read any of my books, and this is not a live stream to promote my books. This is a live stream where I'm talking about what you need to, the skills and the behaviors and the habits that you need to have if you plan on being a millionaire. Right? This is nothing. This is nothing. This light work. If you can't do this, you can't be ready for when I be like, all right, this year the theme is being a CEO. All right, this theme this year is hiring. Okay, this theme here is creating assets. This theme here is creating IP. This theme here is creating your intellectual property portfolio. So if you can't do basic stuff like read a book, watch a course, you can't work with me. And I don't make no, like, I'm not that girl. Like, I used to be that girl where I just be like, oh, okay, well, let's just figure it out. And like, I used to have clients that I used to let disrespect me every week. What does that look like? What does that look like? Because this is the thing. If you gonna work with people, you need to hold them accountable to being a CEO and respecting themselves first. Because if they don't respect you, they show ain't gonna respect themselves. Do y'all get what I'm putting down? Do y'all get what I'm putting down? So with that being said, I used to do these weekly calls. And every single week, this one I was doing one-on-one, doing a lot of one-on-one. Every week, the same clients would come with the same shit every week. Every week, it's a continuum complaint. Because I wasn't holding them accountable. I used to be like, okay, this week, this is what I'm dealing with. Such and such is doing this today. And I would just sit on a call for a whole hour and let them just vent and vent and vent and vent and vent and vent. And before you know it, the fucking call is over with. All right, have a good day. And I did that shit every single week like clockwork. How many of you all know that's not beneficial to either parties, right? They feel good because they was able to vent, but it don't feel good to me because we at the same place we were at last week and the week before and the week before and the week before. Because every week I let you come to the call and complain instead of making you evolve, right? I let you, instead of saying, you know what, this week we ain't finna do this. This week, you need to do this, and this, and this. So instead of holding them accountable to doing that, I would just sit back and just take it. right? And then one day I started looking at my portfolio and I started looking at my case studies, and I said, I'm not happy about my body of work. What is going on? Why am I not getting the results I want from my clients? And it was because I wasn't holding them accountable. Not only was I not holding them accountable, I wasn't holding my team accountable, and I wasn't holding myself accountable as a coach, right? As a consultant. And I said, no. Going forward, this is what it's going to be. When we redid our mastermind this year, it was like, look, you're going to have to do these things. And if you don't do these things, you can't be in the mastermind. That's how serious it became. Because one thing I know about people, if you let them play, they're going to keep on playing. And if you don't tell people how to stop playing with you, they're going to keep playing with you. So you have to realize that, like, the offer you create is how you need to show up your best self, right? So for me, I know that I show up my best self when I can work with you for a long time. Like, if I can work with you for a year plus, 2 years plus, 3 years plus, I can help you build a dynasty. But I can't help you build a dynasty if you're not reading the books, if you're not watching the courses, if you're not showing up consistently, if you're not creating content, if you're not investing in yourself. You all have to be able to understand, not just can people pay, because this is where a lot of people get caught up. Oh, I have this thing they can pay. They're a good fit. No. Are they doing the work? That to me, that's where I am. Are you doing the work? Do they have something about their personality type that shows me that they're willing to do the work, right? Are they coming to the Q&A calls? Are they asking questions? Are they showing up for themselves? How do they currently show up for themselves, right? That's who I want to work with, because the way I look at it is, for every hour that I give to someone else, I'm taking away from myself. So why would I give a part of my life to you if you won't show up for yourself? I could be writing another book. I could be creating another product. But if I choose to serve you for an extended period of time, and you choose with the 20, 30, 40 hours that we got to not do anything with it, how is it beneficial to me? How is it beneficial to me? How is it beneficial to you? So, if you're going to move forward with serving people, you got to get clear beyond just the offer. You need to start asking yourself, who are these people? Like, for real, at their core. Who are they? How do they show up? How are they displaying themselves currently? Because if you go and look people up, how they show up will tell you everything. You can tell the difference between somebody who going hard to the paint versus somebody who just chilling. It's evident. I ain't even got to ask you. It's in your lack of posting content. It's in your lack of not asking for the sale. It's evident. I don't even got to ask you. I can see. I'm not blind. I can see. So it's one of those things where you have to get to a place, and this is hard, where you got to start having hard truths with your clients. You got to have hard truths with your community, like I'm doing right now. I honestly don't want to do this. Like, I didn't want to, like, I wanted to create this live because I wanted you all to realize, like, what you need to do to be able to serve at a high level with your clients. But I also needed to create this live because it's a hard truth. Some of you all may have clients that you're letting running over you. Some of you all may have containers that's not the best fit for how you like to serve. And hopefully this live stream is something that's going to help you think through what you need to work on. And for me, I do my best work in longer containers. That's why we changed up our entire business model to only do the mastermind. We got mastermind and publishing like a pro. Yes, you can go to the shop and buy books and digital products and stuff like that. But our main focus now is, how do we work with the people who invest in the mastermind for the next decade? You know what I mean? Like, I want decade clients. I don't want clients who's like, oh, let me dibble and dabble in this for a second and let me see what I can do. Because I realized this weekend that the clients that I've been working with, they've been around 2+ years. And every year they keep getting better and better and better and better and better. And honestly, I'm like getting emotional thinking about it because one of my clients, she premiered her product to us. She had been working on it. Had I had a 30-day, 60-day container, I wouldn't have been able to see the finished thing. And that's another thing. Like, you have to allow times for ideation. You have to allow time for development. You have to allow time for implementation. You have to allow time for space. I had a client who needed space this year, and she was able to get that space and come back and jump back in and get what she needed to get. And I'm realizing that, like, in order for me to do my best work, I have to work with clients who are willing and ready to evolve into the best version of themselves. And if they're not ready to do that, that's cool. You just can't be in my space. Different. Like, just that on that. So, anywho, I have a call. So if you all want to learn how to join the mastermind, you can head over to unclonedmastermind.com. Put in your application. It's quick, it's fun, it's innovative. So again, that website is unclonedmastermind.com. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream. Catch the replay. If you're not ready to apply for the mastermind, if you want to start with the books, or if you want to do both, get the books, you can head over to audriarichmond.shop, grab the book bundle, and we'll ship it out to you today. So thank you all so much for tuning into this live stream. And until next time, y'all, let's go build an uncloned brand and live what? An uncloned life. Bye, y'all.